180coach.com. I want to talk a little bit this morning in this live series. This is such an important concept, and I want to talk a little bit about it today because it's gonna this concept, as I have learned it and am learning it right now, has kind of blown my mind and kind of changed my thinking 180 degrees. Hence 180coach.com. I want to argue with you today that, or I want to make the supposition today that marketing ourselves is the core of our professional development. And what I mean by that is that as far as our growth, as far as our career trajectory, whether you're the owner of a business, you're an entrepreneur, you own your own company, you're trying to grow it on your own, whether you own or are running a multi-million-dollar company, a small company, $100,000 a year, whatever, individually, or you're working within the confines of a company. Whether it be a sales role, whether it be like people I deal with every day are working inside of a contracting firm, a subcontracting firm, and they're a project manager, they're a superintendent, they're an estimator, and they're trying to grow their own brand because they're motivated. Maybe they're motivated by sales, maybe they're motivated by commission, maybe they're trying to move up the company ladder. And what they want to do is that they want that career trajectory. Those people that are working as employees within a business, within a contracting firm, whatever type of firm it is, within a law firm, within a medical practice, whatever it is, they want to grow their skills and develop their skills so that they can go up in business. And if you're a company owner, you want to do the same thing because you can go no further than where your thinking is limited. So today I want to talk about, and kind of in a series of marketing, a marketing series, market me. How do you market yourself? How do you market yourself? And therefore, in marketing yourself, how do you build your brand and how do you build your company? Well, I want to say, and I want to put a proposition out there. Many people would say, especially for entrepreneurs or business owners, many people would say that creating a business plan is how you would grow. In other words, creating a step-by-step goal and then step progress to mark your goals and to make sure that you're getting to that eventual high goal. Let's say that you've got a goal this year in your firm that you want to build $20 million in your firm, and you want to, with a 20% profit. Let's just say that's your goal, and you make a business plan to lay that out, to say this is how I'm going to reach that goal. A business plan is also mainly for a bank and maybe for an investor. Maybe you need to go out and get an investment or whatever. And you have to put together a business plan about how, the steps, again, that you're going to take to get to that goal, whatever it is. So many people believe that business plan is the way that you build your business. That's the way that the world says that you build your business. And I want to give you a 180-degree turn in that idea. There is no potential in the business, only opportunities. Your business is simply a platform for your influence. A shift in priorities is needed, and I would argue that you cannot build the business beyond the limits of the business owner's thinking. You cannot grow in your position at a company if you're not a business owner. You cannot grow in your position at the company unless you have a change or an expansion of your thinking. So my argument is that you need to develop, if you're a business owner, you need to develop yourself, not the business. If you're an employee, you need to develop yourself, not the business. You need to invest in yourself, not the business. Now here's most people's belief system. Most people's belief system is that if you work hard at your job, you can make you can make a living. I mean, there's lots of programs out there. I've seen them. You know, this idea that you can get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, 2 hours before you would normally go into work, and you can develop yourself to a point where you do all your work before 7 o'clock in the morning, and the rest of your day is filled up with other activities. But a lot of people think, I have to work hard. I have to get an education. I have to just, I have to work harder than the next guy, not smarter, but harder than the next guy in order to be successful in business. I want to challenge that. I want to challenge that thinking. Jim Rutten said this. He said, if you work hard on your job, you can make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune. Napoleon Hill said this: no man has a change to enjoy permanent success until he begins to look in the mirror for the real cause of all his mistakes. I'll say that again. No man has a chance to enjoy permanent success until he begins to look in the mirror for the real cause of all his mistakes. So my proposal here is that the main focus, in order to grow a business, in order to grow a company, in order to grow your own personal brand, your major focus must be through thinking and expanding your thinking and expanding your awareness. And there's one process, and only one process, that can help you do that, and that's called coaching. Because you can read all the books that you want, you can go to all the training seminars that you want, you can go to, you can talk, you can sit in amongst other business leaders all you want, but until you change your thinking, until you expand your thinking, you can't get beyond where you are right now. I've said this to many companies. And when I'm looking at their leadership, and when I'm looking at leadership development, and I've spoken to many leaders, and I've explained to them that they'll never get beyond the limitations of their mind, and certainly they'll never get beyond the limitations of their thinking. Obviously, as I said. So, like I give an example. I was talking to a company the other day, and they said that they had promoted a manager that had brought in $600,000 of profit to the company, but their goal in promoting him is that he was to lead a team of others, and they wanted everybody on the team. The goal was for them to reach $1 million. And over that year of his first year, his promotion, not one of the team members got beyond $600,000. And the manager wanted to know why. And I said, because that person that you put in that place, in fact, none of them had gotten beyond $400,000. I think one got $389,000 or something like that. But anyway, that sounds very great, but not when your goal is $1 million. The point being that you'll never ever get beyond what you're used to doing, unless you expand your thinking, unless you change your thinking. So my encouragement to you today, and I want you to start thinking about this right now, because and by the way, I'd be more than happy to have a virtual cup of coffee with you to talk about it. The way that you expand your business is you develop the owner. The way that you expand your brand, your personal brand, if you're an entrepreneur, is to expand and you develop yourself. The way to do this, whether you're, like I said, if you're an employee at a company and you want a good career trajectory and you want to grow in your career and you want to go beyond what you're doing right now, develop yourself. How do you do that? I want to say that the best way to do that, the most transformational way of doing that, because I've personally experienced it myself, and now I'm doing it, is to talk to and engage a coach, a good coach. I want to leave you with this. Jim Rohn said this: character is not something you were born with and cannot change like your fingerprints. It's something you were not born with and must take responsibility for forming. So are you taking responsibility for forming and developing your character, developing your business, developing your personal brand? Or are you just cruising along on autopilot and doing everything that you've always done and getting the same thing that you've always gotten? If that's the case, I'd love to talk to you. My name is John Chisholm. 180coach.com. Reach out to me via 180coach.com. I'll be more than happy to, like I said, have a virtual cup of coffee with you and see if there's something I can do to help.